You're listening to Agora, the Warragul Citizen's local current affairs and discussion program. I'm Will Coolidge. The National Broadband Network Discovery Truck was in Warragul yesterday with the aim of answering questions from and informing the public about the federal government's new internet service. Although the network may be a few years away yet, it was a busy day for the truck's demonstrators, who ran education programs for and were available to answer questions from a large number of people during the day. I caught up with NBN demonstrator Nichola Parker on the truck at the end of the day to ask her about the network and Warragul's response to the NBN truck's presence.
The aim is to educate people on the benefits of the NBN and also to inform them about the fact that this is the largest infrastructure build in Australia's history, and it will take us over the next 10 years to upgrade Australia's telecommunications infrastructure. So it's just a little bit of outlining the benefits and the future prospects, and also managing a few expectations.
When you say managing a few expectations, what kind of opinions have you had to change? What kind of response have you, and also what kind of response have you received from people who've been informed to this?
We've had an extremely positive response. It's actually it's been quite wonderful and amazing. That the only opinion that it's not even an opinion that we have to change. Everyone wants it now or yesterday. Yesterday would have been much better. So the opinion that we have to inform people is that everyone needs it. It's something that the whole country needs as a whole, and to let them know that it is a very large infrastructure project, and as I said, it will take time to get to everyone, and patience is greatly appreciated. But to let them know that also for people in the more rural and remote areas, a significant investment and subsidy has been put into making sure that fixed wireless and satellite, which are the two technologies which will service those more remote areas, will be up and running by the end of 2015. So these areas that have typically been without will be amongst the first to be connected to the NBN.
Are there any areas around here that are affected like that? My understanding is that there are a few.
Yeah, there definitely would be. It's a huge engineering project, and we need to have engineers go to every location and make sure that whatever technology they're going to be given, they will get a minimum of 12 megabits per second. So this is indicative, but this gives people a bit of an understanding about what technology they'll be getting. People are very positive when they're told, like I'll have people come to me and say, so I live on acreage and I'm never going to get this. And first of all, they're very happy when I let them know that 100% of Australians will be getting the NBN. And the second thing, that they're very happy, they don't mind what they get, as long as they get something. Because what they've been experiencing now is so poor, and they're so frustrated that knowing they're going to get something which will give them a consistent service and high speeds in comparison to what they've experienced, they're very happy about it.
So when do we expect the network to be here?
We can't tell you specifically when it will be in the area, but we are waiting on a 3-year construction plan, which should give us more information about the build around the country. There has been a lot of work in this area on building the transit network, which is the extensive backbone to the whole network. But keep an eye on our website, which is nbnco.com.au, and this should give us more information about the build.
My understanding of the backbone is that at the moment it's linking, I think it was the Warragul or the Latrobe Valley to the city direct at the moment.
So you do have a point of interconnect, and your closest one to this area is in Warragul, but the backbone network is a lot more than that. It is the larger pipes that connect city to city, and if you jump on our website, they actually link and loop all around the country, and this is what's going to give us the robust nature of this network.
So just, do you think it would be likely that the network would come here in the next 3, or would be the 5-year plan? Because the backbone, this is just my understanding, but the backbone is not a direct connection to so the backbone running through a town does not mean it's an immediate connection for the town. When do you think, will it be likely that this will be here in the 3 years or the 5-year plan?
Unfortunately, I can't comment on that. It's purely an engineering design, and it will be determined on the state of readiness of infrastructure in the area for the design to go ahead. So fingers crossed, a lot of areas will be in that 3-year construction plan, but as I mentioned, it's a huge infrastructure build. It's going to take us take us 10 years to complete, and to manage expectations, the whole country will be up and running in that time.
What kind of benefits have locals in this area been seeing out of this? Because at the moment there are a lot of fast internet connections and such. So what benefits will the NBN bring which present internet doesn't to this area?
Yeah, so we have actually even today had a number of people come in and say I'm on ADSL2 and I'm very happy with it. And we say that's fantastic because that's going to bide your time until the NBN is built in the area. Ultimately, with our current telecommunications infrastructure, we've pushed it to within an inch of its life. Copper was never meant to be used for anything other than telephone calls. And out of that, we've developed the internet, which is wonderful. But now that all these new applications, such as e-health, online security, in-home health monitoring, high-definition video conferencing, all these new types of products are coming into the market, the current system just can't cope. So while right now people's internet might be okay, and I'm very jealous, my internet at home is not that great, but that's an excellent thing and it's a great situation to be in. But ultimately for the future, with all the new applications coming into the market, we need to prepare for that, and that's what the National Broadband Network will do. It's bringing us back down to square one so that we can innovate for years to come.
What's the local interest been in the facility you've had here today? Have you had a lot of people here in comparison to other places?
Yes, we've been absolutely swamped. This is the start of our second week in Victoria, and I have to say Victorians are very curious people. I'm from New South Wales myself, but it's been wonderful. We've had such a strong response, and the thing that I love is when people come in and I'll say, what would you like to know? What are you interested in? They're just like, I'm just curious. I just want to know anything and everything. So there's just a general interest, which is really exciting. And any people that, there's been no negativity, there's just been a curiosity, and people are very happy when their questions are answered.
So what have been the biggest issues you've had to overcome with, I mean, you said there's been no negativity, but there's obviously some preconceived ideas about the network. So what have you had to deal with?
Mainly information. There's a lot of Chinese whispers that goes on, and someone will say to their neighbour, "Oh no, that's going to cost you $10,000 to install," and that'll get passed on, and then suddenly it's a rampant story. And so people do come in with some very predetermined ideas. And really, once we just talk to them, it's not even an issue. We just need to open that dialogue and give them the opportunity to say, well, I read this, and then have us actually tell them the truth from the business. We're a very large engineering company, and we have a small public-facing avenue, and we are one element of it, and it just highlights the importance of giving people the right information. And yeah.
How much will it cost to install a connection in this area?
So the installation for all three technologies, fibre, fixed wireless and satellite, it's all free of charge. It's paid for by NBN Co. The only thing that you will ever pay as an end user is when you take up a service. And this will depend on what service that you take up from a service provider. And because it's an open access network, it means that every service provider has the same opportunity to enter the market, which will increase competition, and the idea is to decrease costs and just to make it more accessible for the consumer, which is really important in areas like here that for a lot of people have been very limited to the different service providers they've had the option to go with.
The people walking away, when they come away from here, you said there's been a lot of kind of curiosity. Have people been coming away positive, or is it still ambivalent in some places? Definitely positive. I think 99% of the people who leave this truck go, "Oh, I can't wait," or "Hurry up," or any. They just want it, and a lot of people that inspires me in my job is that they're thinking about the possibilities that it can mean for them, whether it be from parents that come in and are walking away thinking about the possibilities it can mean for education for their children, or whether it's small business owners walking away going, wow, what's the new product I can bring into the market to become the next Bill Gates. I do remind everyone that they should remember me and give me 10%. That's all I'll take if they become the next Bill Gates. But really, yeah, it's very positive, and people walk away thinking about the future. Thank you very much. Not a problem.
And that's all from Agora this time. If you would like to stay updated with news and programming from the Warragul Citizen, you can follow the paper on Facebook, Twitter and Google+, or subscribe to email updates via the website www.warragulcitizen.com.